Hello and welcome to the Red Wing clay train that's on the DRW&S line, which was the Duluth, Red Wing, and Southern. So let's get going. Hello and welcome to the Red Wing clay train, the DRW&S, the Duluth, Red Wing, and Southern, and we're building this N scale layout, so let's get going. All right, so here we go with the Red Wing clay train. Actually, I'm bringing it to you on the 4th of July. It's the afternoon. I'm smoking ribs as we speak. I smell all smoky, but you can't smell. But anyways, so those will be good. And as usual, you got to see the fireworks because it's my birthday. And so I'll be celebrating watching the fireworks later. So I got to get this show and my Cigar Box Guitar show. We got some things to do on the train. So it's right over here. I got to put the top up. So let me do that. And then we'll see if we need a better view. We'll get this guy propped up again. Oh yeah, I didn't, actually, now that I look at it, I didn't get my track fixed because I had my pencil there to point it to me. So I'm going to solder that track. Let me turn my gun on. Because what I wanted to do on this time is actually glue the road bed down on this and get everything glued down on it so we can have that whole piece kind of portable. But let me take you offline. I'm going to solder my track because my pencil reminder said I didn't do it yet. So I'll be right back after I get that soldered. Well, that didn't take long. Actually, I didn't have to solder it. I had already soldered it because what happened was I had my little track railer that goes on like this. It pops onto the rails, and then when you're going to put a car on, especially if the track is curved, when you put a car on it like this, then the car slides right on. And I wanted to check and see if it would roll. And it goes good over those couplers. So I did have it soldered. So anyway, so we're all set to get going on getting these glued down. And I can really pull it out here. What I'll do is we'll get this going. So when I get it glued down, it's going to be like right in here. Right in here. And then this one will be right in here. This one I'm going to have to pin just a little bit, just a touch. Kind of line it up with my marks. This one here I'll have to go right up here. And that'll do it. So we'll get our road bed out here and get this stuff glued down. I'm pretty sure I opened this box already. So we'll get this road bed out. They said it bends better. It bends better if you split it. So we'll do this inside one first. trying to see how much I need to cut it. I'll roughly lay it down here. Well, let me split it. It's kind of like, if you can see, it's pre-bent. So we'll get this peeled off. So that way we can put this down. Like this. So it'll bend. I gotta get a long enough hunk off. I've worked with the cork before, never this stuff, so I'm kind of a little hesitant to see if it's going to work. But you split it. Cork, when you split it, has this little piece down the middle, actually. This one is just straight, so it's kind of interesting. I'm going to use a little blue tape to see how this lays out. I'm going to have to find my pins. I think this comes all the way around. We'll start with this one. Yeah, I got more than enough. Let me find the pins and get my glue set up, so I'll be right back. All right, here we go. I got my glue. I got another tube. This one might run out, so we'll get some glue laid down here. I can get it going. I thought I had it undone. It might be all done, I don't know. I'm having so much trouble with that. I'll poke this in again. There we go. This was the tube I was using for this other stuff, so it might have. It might all be completely out. That must be out. So let me change this tube, so hang on. Okay, there I got it going. Wanted to come out nice and hard. Kind of stiff. There she's flown. Okay, now we'll get our little spatula. Something to spread that with. That's what happens when you're not prepared. Come on. I should have had all my tools right here. So anyways, I'm trying to find something to smooth that with. I thought I had, I used the finger. Yeah, this stuff here was kind of, that was kind of stiff. So I'm just going to spread some right here. And we get a little more going over here. As you can see, that came out much easier than before. So we'll get this going like this. And we'll start with our little piece here. Trying to get all the way to the edge. And that piece won't stay, so we'll get our little T-pins. Pop that guy in there. The nice part about this glue is I can adjust it. And if it's not going to stay, then I can throw a pin in there. But I can adjust it once I put the tracks on it. Kind of get it to lay right. So we got that piece. Then we'll take this piece. Since my glue isn't good right here, I think I'll pin this one. Pin on this one. This one kind of wants to move. Let me get this one all the way down, and then we can pin it down. See if we're in good shape. This one right over here. Giving me some trouble, this one here too. That glue is kind of dried out over here. I don't want to get too many pins in there because I want to throw that track on there. Alright, so then we'll take our track. I'm just leaving these long for now. And seeing how this lines up. Seeing if we need to adjust it. Which I can do. So I'll get this guy in here. Okay, so that looks good. Now we'll lay down the glue for the track. We'll run a bead here. Right down that center line where it's split. And I'll spread this out. We don't want a lot squeezing through. Spread this out. So this is my first time doing it, so if I'm making mistakes, sometimes you make mistakes, but we're jumping in and doing it. So, got a lot of that crud. So we'll see how this goes. This stuff grips really well. I mean, it really grabbed nice. All I have to do is push down on it. It grabbed really well. This one here. Going off like that. So I left those ends long so we can make the transition. Kind of cleaning up these edges. Like I said, my last model railroad I built, I was nailing it all down, so I'm trying to do it all kind of easier with this glue. This glue I'm using is like a caulk, but it's called Power Grip All-Purpose Loctite Power Grip, and it worked well on the phone. I don't know what color it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be clear. But the good part is you won't see it under the tunnel, and also on the tracks that are exposed, we're using the ballast will be glued in here. So there we go. There's our first bed laid. First bed laid. I think that'll really stuck down nice. I've seen other guys doing this, they actually put weight on it. I'm going to try to roll this car across it. I got this glue all over my fingers. So let's see how this guy goes. Now that I got the coming. Crud all over my fingers. So there we go. The first piece of road bed laid down. I won't bore you with the rest of this. So we're moving right along. So we'll have these both glued down the next time we come back, and we'll start working. Now the other thing I was talking about on the last episode, let me click out and clean up my hands real quick here a minute. Okay, there we have it. We'll continue to lay road bed. I was going to show you about the barn bluff. I keep talking about that, but I didn't have time to do that. So that'll be on next week's show, because I'll do the other. I'll mount the rest of the stuff off camera and have that already done. So that piece will be done, so we can start next week's show on the pulling down the top one. And I'll show it here real quick. We can put this down. We'll put this down. And I don't know if you saw that picture, but the Mississippi River is going to be like right down in here. It's really low now, so I don't know how I'm going to form that, but we'll work on that. But I need to put a bluff. I'm thinking right here. This will actually be like barn bluff, but the track's going to come around, so I don't know. I might have it so it goes through the track. If you look on the track design. Yeah, but we'll work on that the next time. But as you can see, the piece we worked on is going to actually all be underneath. It'll be underneath here. It'll be underneath here, kind of almost in this spot here. So there we go. the train. I keep touching it to see if it's gripping down to this. I don't know this piece. This piece is all solid. And as you can see, it's glued down there pretty good. I've seen other guys using it. I thought, I'm going to give it a try. Seems like it's working well. The foam has a little give. So there we go. And then these will come around and break off like that. So there we have it. The track laying has begun. So I hope you enjoyed that. Be sure you subscribe. Be sure to check in with us each week as we make progress on this. If this glue ain't gonna work out well, then we'll change to something else. But right now it seems like it's good stuff because I can put it down. I don't have to weight it down too much. It sticks right away instead of if I use like white glue or something else like a lot of times you see on layouts, then I would have to, low battery. Sorry about that, I just got a low battery on my phone, so I'll have to cut it off. So I hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same bat station.